Hello friends, myself Professor N.S. Paspor, KK College of Agriculture Biotechnology in Nasik. So today we discuss about the topic vernalization. So what is the meaning of vernalization? What are the process of vernalization and what is the significance of vernalization? This is our today's content of the lecture. So vernalization is the cold treatment given to plant, birds, seeds or seedlings for promoting early flowering is known as vernalization. So, in short, the vernalization means the chilling treatment for induction of early flowering is called as vernalization. So, vernalization is the treatment that is particularly the cold treatment or cooling or chilling treatment to the seeds, seedlings or birds in order to promote the early flowering in the plant. So this process we call as a vernalization process. So besides an appropriate photoperiod, certain plants require a low temperature treatment during their early stage of the life for subsequent flowering in the latter stages. So in the photoperiodism we discuss about that the short day plant, long day plant and the day neutral plant. So this based on the requirement of photoperiod or light period for induction of flowering. So here beside this photoperiod, some plants require some low temperature treatment that is we call as that is thermal treatment in order to induce the flowering in the life cycle of that plant. So this particular that is we call as a low temperature treatment when we are giving to the that plant parts, then it is called as a vernalization. So this low temperature treatment requirement was termed as a vernalization, and this vernalization terms firstly discovered by the scientist Lysenko in 1928. So due to this vernalization, the vegetative period of the plant is cut short, resulting in early flowering. So due to this vernalization treatment, the vegetative phase of that particular plant is reduced and that particular plant produces the flowering earlier. So in nature, vernalization takes place in the seed stage in annuals like winter rye. Particularly, this vernalization is occurs in nature at the seed stage, particularly in rye seeds, and in the this is the annual plant, and in biennial and in many perennial respond to cold treatment at very late stage, means after the some seedling stage. At seedling stage, this particular plant their response to this treatment, that is henbane and apple. These are the examples of plant. Then what are the perception or cold stimulus and presence of floral hormone? So vernalization is the somehow that stimulus they are received by this particular plant part, and according to that the that flowering is occurs in that plant. So what is the that stimulus and how this stimulus they are converted into a that hormone? So this the cold stimulus is perceived by the apical meristems. So see the perception of the cold stimulus result in the formation of a floral hormone, which is transmitted to other parts of the plant. And in certain cases, the cold stimulus may even be transmitted to another plant across a graft union. So for when this perception is issued by that particular parts of the plant, so that particular plant they form this stimulus and they are translocated toward the parts where they are actually in action. Sometimes this stimulus may be transferred to another plant through the graft union. So this, for instance, if this henbane vernalized plant is grafted to an unvernalized henbane plant, the latter also flowers. So whatever that plant which are grafted, they are also flower. They are not treated with cold treatment, but whatever the stimulus received by this there's vernalized handmade plant, they transfer this stimulus toward that grafted plant which are not vernalized. So this is due to the induction of the plant to produce a hormone that is named as a vernalin. So these melchers they are give the name to the hormone that is vernalin, which are produced due to this cold treatment. Then what are the conditions necessary for the vernalization? So there are different conditions they are required for to induce the vernalization in plant. So in the first, that is the age of the plant. So the age of the plant is an important factor for determining the responsiveness of this plant to cold stimulus, and it differs in different species. Means this requirement of this cold temperature is varies from species to species. In cereals like winter wheat, the vernalization is effective only if the germinating seeds have received a cold temperature treatment for sufficient time. And while in the case of biennial varieties, henbane, the plant will respond to the cold treatment only if they are at rosette stage and completed at least 10 days of growth. So in this wheat, so particular this cold treatment they are given at seedling stage or during the, that is we call as germinating seeds. And in case of the henbane, this particular treatment is given 10 days after the growth, because it particularly they are effective and at 10 days after growth, and wheat they are effective in, yes, in producing this vernalization effect, they are that is germination stage. Then second requirement, that is appropriate low temperature and duration of exposure. So most suitable temperature for vernalizing the plants, they are ranges from 1 to 6 degrees Celsius. So the effectiveness of low temperature treatment decreases from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. Low temperature at about minus 6 degrees Celsius is completely ineffective. And similarly at high temperature, that is from 7 degrees Celsius onwards, the response of the plant is decreased. So temperature about 12 to 14 degrees Celsius is almost effective in vernalizing the plant in between that range. So besides an appropriate low temperature, a suitable duration of this cold treatment is also essential for the vernalization. So temperature ranges differ also, and also the duration of that particular low temperature is also differ from species to species. So depending upon the degree of temperature and in different species, this period may vary, but usually the duration of the chilling treatment is about 1.5 hour, or in some cases then more than 1.5 hour. Then third requirement, that is the oxygen. So oxygen, the vernalization is an aerobics process and requires the metabolic energy. So in the absence of oxygen, the cold treatment becomes completely ineffective. So for that purpose, the oxygen is required for this process. So we know that the oxygen is required for the oxidation of complex organic compound by the process, through the process of, that is the respiration, and respiration emits the energy which are required for the growth of plant. So in absence of oxygen, this vernalization treatment is become ineffective. So for this effectiveness, oxygen presence is must. Then next is the water. So water is when the sufficient amount of water is also essential for the vernalization. So vernalization of the dry seed is not possible. So sufficient amount of moisture is also available for this to induce this vernalization treatment, because this particularly sufficient amount of moisture, they induce the imbibition in the seed. So that's why dry seeds does not induce the vernalization. So water is in sufficient amount is also the requirement. Then come to the next, that is the mechanism of vernalization. So there are two main theories to explain the mechanism of vernalization. They are explained by these two different scientists. So first, that is mechanism, or first theory is called as phasic developmental theory. So this theory was proposed by the scientist Lysenko in 1934. So this theory includes first, that is the growth, that is we call as increase in size, shape and volume, and development, that is the progressive changes in the characteristics of a new organs, that is we call as a development, are two distinct phenomena. So growth means that only increase, and development, that is that particular progressive change in that particular new organ, that's we call as a development. These two processes are, these two different, they are two different distinct phenomena. Then next, that is according to this theory, the process of the development of an annual seed plant consists of a series of phases which must occur in some predetermined sequences. So particularly when this development stage in particular annual crop, so they are goes through different stages, and different stages are different phases, and they must occur in a predetermined sequence. So there is a predetermined sequence is already there exist in that particular annual plan. So that's according to that this plan development is continued. So next is the commencement of any of these phases will take place only when the preceding phase has been completed. So whatever the stage which are next to previous, so once the previous stage is completed, then that particular plant goes to the next phase. Otherwise, they are not goes to the next phase. After completion of preceding phase, then they are goes to the next onward phase. Then the phases require different external conditions for the completion of these phases such as light and temperature. So in order to complete that particular phase, so plant required the light and temperature. These two things they are required to complete these phases. So this vernalization they are accelerating the thermophase, that is that phase of development which is dependent upon the temperature. So that particular phase when they are dependent upon the temperature, external temperature, so that particular phase is that particular phase vernalization treatment increases or accelerates that particular phase due to this vernalization treatment. Then, thus, in winter wheat, low temperature is required for the completion of first thermo phase. So, after this, the next phase that is dependent upon the light, that we call as a photophase. They can be stars. So, vernalization of winter wheat accelerates the first thermo phase so that there is an early swing from vegetative to reproductive phase or flowering. So this in winter, that is the low temperature is required for the completion of first thermo phase. So after that there is a photophase is start in wheat crop. So due to this vernalization treatment, the winters that winter wheat seed that accelerates the first thermophase due to this low temperature treatment, and so that they are producing the early flowering. Means vegetative stage they are reduced and they are induce the early flowering in that particular crop. Okay, so that is the that is called as the first theory for the induction of that is vernalization, that is phasic developmental phase. Then second theory that is called as a hormonal theory. So it has already been described that vernalization probably involves the formation of a floral hormone that is we called as a vernalin, and this based on this fact many hypothetical schemes have been proposed by different workers from time to time to explain the it is mechanism of that is vernalization. The first hormonal theory is proposed by the Long and Melchers in 1947. It systematically they are shown below. So this is the that model which are given by the scientist. So A is according to this scheme. A is a precursor. That is precursor means that which receives the cold treatment and it is converted into a thermoliable compound, that is we call as a B, due to treatment of A is treated with that is temperature and it is converted into B, and with normal temperature B is converted into a C, that is means that normal temperature there goes into C and then they are induced the flowering. But when you can give the cold treatment and they are this B is produced, that is we call as a that thermoliable compound is B. But when the B is treated with the high temperature, then whatever the effect due to this cold treatment is removed by this high temperature, and instead of to convert into C and flowering, they convert into D and they are not flowering. So it is called as a devernalization. So ultimately this particularly when that temperature that is due to this B is treated with the higher temperature, it is converted into D and which does not flowering takes place. That is we call as whatever this vernalization which are induced in this B, this may be devernalized by this high temperature and which are converted into D which are unable to flower. So this is we call as a devernalization treatment. So this model is produced by this scientist. Then devernalization means that the positive effect of the low temperature treatment on the vernalization of the plant can be counteracted by subsequent higher temperature. So this is we called as a devernalization. So the devernalized plant can again be vernalized by subsequent low temperature treatment. So whatever the vernalization effect is removed by high temperature, so again that devernalized plant organ or plant part is again vernalized by giving the low temperature treatment. Then what is the relationship between vernalization and gibberellins? So we know that the gibberellins are known to replace the low temperature requirement in certain biennial plants such as henbane and other species. So where the plant is normally remain vegetative and retain its rosette habit during first growing season, and after passing through this winter period they are flowers in the next season. So gibberellins cause such plants to flower even during the first year. So whatever that vernalization treatment this we are giving to low temperature, so this particular requirement will be fulfilled through application of gibberellins. So vernalization and gibberellins, they are having a close relationship. Then what are the significance of vernalization? So this particularly there are following are the significance of the vernalization. So vernalization shorten the vegetative period of plant. So because of there is a early flowering, so period of vegetative growth is reduced. Then it increases the cold resistance of the plant. So we treat the plant part or seeds with a low temperature treatment. So it increases the cold resistance. Then vernalization increase the resistance of plants to fungal diseases. So because of this cold treatment, there is no any fungal diseases to that particular plant which are vernalized. Then it is a physiological process that substitutes or compensates the effect of thermophase. So it is a physiological process that substitutes or compensates the effect of thermophase. Then in biennials, vernalization induces early flowering and early fruit settings. So in that plant which are having a biennial habits, so that but in that also the that vernalized treatment induce the early flowering and fruit setting. Then a non-vernalized shoot apex can be induced to flower by grafting the plant with a vernalized plant. So that by grafting you can induce that non-vernalized shoot apex can be induced to flower by grafting the plant with a vernalized plant. So due to that, because this whatever the stimulus which are produced in the grafted plant, they can be transferred towards the shoot apex where there is a we are requiring the flowering. So all about this is the vernalization, that is the vernalization, what is the process of vernalization and what is the significance of vernalization. So in the examination question may be asked on this topic, that is on the short note or as a question, that is define vernalization, give the requirement for vernalization and what are the process of vernalization. Okay, so this is about the vernalization topic. So if you have any doubts regarding this topic, so you can ask or you can make comments through WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.